Hello, what's up, what's up, what's up? Thank you for coming back to my channel. I'm Dom. This is Dose, where we give to you health, wellness, fitness, and cannabis information. I'm going to give to you the top 6 things that I think will hinder you on your fitness and health wellness journey. Not exactly down the line, you'll develop a better routine, but in the beginning, see, you got to understand that it can take you anywhere from 2 months to 6 months to turn everything you're doing into such a habit that you don't know how to stop, So with that much being known, let's go ahead and get to the 2-month, 4-month, 5-month, 6-month periods, so that these habits can solidify and become more a part of your life and not something you aspire to do. So anyway, all that being said, let's just get to it. These top 6 things, right? These top 6 things. Get the class out the way. First of all, you've been in the gym for about 30 days or so, and the people who said they were going to start with you, they didn't start with you, and y'all alone, and now you're starting to lag behind. You don't have as much enthusiasm about going to the gym because it's not talked about between you and your group as much as it was. Well, guess what? Do not wait on them. You got to remember, this is for you. It's not for them. But you can be for them by being a trailblazer. You go ahead and you lead the way. You let them see that this actually works. You trust the process, then maybe later they'll get on board with it. But in those initial stages, it's very important for you to stay focused on you, almost to a selfish point, You kind of got to be selfish with it. Matter of fact, I used to tell people back in my days, don't meet me there, beat me there. Beat me there. Then I got into a point of starting to work out without them when they would start late. And that was frustrating for them, but it taught a lot of lessons. This is something that must be done by me. And whether you were there with me or not, plan is executed. All right. So don't wait on your friends. Don't wait on your friends. Next thing we got to get into is ill preparation. You need shoes, you need clothes, you need food, you may even need a sitter. You definitely need time. You have to make certain to put all these things into place so that you can get your journey ongoing and sustain that journey. If you don't prepare properly, you're only preparing to fail majorly. What more can be said about that? All right. Nutritional stagnation. This is a very important one, especially for me, from me, because initially I'm not going to ask you to change the foods you eat. I just want you to track them. Well, you can't only track the calories all the time. I'm going to be honest with you. Comes a point, and the point comes up fairly fast, where we're going to track them for a purpose. So you cannot stay nutritionally stagnant. You can't just want to keep eating the things that bring you happiness and joy, or get as close to those things as you can, because eventually you're going to relapse. Guaranteed. Seen it happen 1,000 times. Experienced it 1,000 times myself. You will eventually relapse. So you have to evolve past those poor nutritional habits, and then you got to find better nutritional habits. And it's actually not that hard, Instead of having something sweet such as some hard candy or some ice cream or something like that, replace it with some cantaloupe, replace it with some honeydew melon. Go ahead and have your strawberries and your blueberries. I've even heard of people freezing the blueberries because that makes them last longer. Find healthier choices to replace these things these foods that we desire so much, until we desire them less, right? So nutritional stagnation, gotta go. Fad dieting and multi-fad dieting. What do I mean? Dom, what do you mean by fad dieting and multi-fad dieting? I mean, we all know somebody in our friend group that tries every single diet that comes out. They try every single drink that comes out. They are eager to try every single diet pill, fat burner pill that comes out. They are pretty much, I don't want to say they're gullible, but they're so eager to get some result that they'll try anything to do this. So I mean, all the way to the type of person that will do the keto diet in the morning, do the Daniel fast in the evening, and turn around and do a 3-day smoothie cleanse within the next 4 days. You know, somebody who really wants to go somewhere fast and goes nowhere even faster. So what we got to be careful to do is to not bounce around and all these different just trying things and things. What you got to do is you got to trust the process. You have to just resort to cleaning up the foods, staying focused on only eating clean foods, then repeating it every meal of every day. And be consistent, be consistent, be consistent. I guarantee you will see the results that you desire if you do that. But if you don't, well, we know what happens then. We've been through that, right? Okay. Moving right along. Food lust. Food lust. Oh my God. Oh my God, food lust. This shit drives me crazy, right? I remember going into Gold's and I'd have to do my cardio Sunday mornings, many different mornings, hell, not just Sunday. And they would have damn food channel on there and they making like chocolate lava cake and pork spare ribs. And I don't even eat pork spare ribs very, very often. Like every blue moon, I get a taste for a rib tip and it takes me through a physical process and I regret it. So I know better. Another example of how I have to rehearse discipline every day. And if I don't, I myself suffer the consequences. So anyway, I get back. I'm doing cardio and they got chef TV on with food all up there and all this stuff that I don't want to see. Like I can't have this stuff. So why would I want to subject it to myself, right? Let's, out of sight, out of mind. I think that's always better. That's why they have marketing and signage and all this stuff. So it stays in your sight, so it stays in your mind, right? And then they get it in your body. I've met people that tell me that they find comfort in looking at the foods and even reposting the foods and stuff like that. I've even met people who say, well, I can bake them and give them away, but I can't eat them. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. But what I know for certain is it's just a matter of time before we revert. I know from experience, So I can't be around it. I don't want to see it because it will trigger something and that's going to trigger something else. And before I know it, my discipline has broken. We all get weak at some time. So let's increase the chances of ourselves being stronger than weaker. I'm just laughing at a time when, I went to the gas station to get Swishers and came out with Swiss rolls. I'm just telling my truth. So we all fall weak no matter how strong we are. So food lust is not something that I think people should do. I definitely believe it is a killer, right? So out of sight, out of mind. See if it works for you, And I know for us that have families, we have children, we have to feed them. Sometimes, I'm just going to be honest. Sometimes I just impose on my family, this is what I am eating. And if you are not eating that, I'll turn my back on the kitchen. You clean up your mess after yourself. That's that. Because I do all the cooking in my house. Yeah, those who know me already know. And other times, I'll go ahead and prepare my foods ahead of time and I'll eat a lot of food ahead of time. Then maybe I'll have a protein shake or a protein bar while they're eating or something, or they'll have a dessert and I'll have a healthier version of that dessert, a protein bar and some Halo ice cream or something like that. I'm just being honest. That makes it a little easier, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Out of sight, out of mind, food lust gotta go, right? And something else that'll definitely hinder your progress. Too many cheat meals. Not a cheat day. You get a cheat meal. Real simple. You'll hear me reiterate this 1,000 times. A cheat meal. In one day, you can consume thousands of calories, and that's just in food. Add in some alcohol or some of those fruity drinks that ladies like to drink, and you are easily going to gain a couple of pounds or more over the weekend, and then you got to return to equilibrium. So again, one cheat meal a week. If you can, no alcohol. If you can't, keep it to a minimum. Now, to the most important, and this is not just important for your health and fitness and nutrition. This is important for overall life ease. Not getting quality or enough rest and sleep. You know, you want to break them apart? Fine. If you're a ripping and runner, you're a busy bee and you're always up doing everything, you know, of course your body's not getting as much rest as somebody else's, but it's also not, well, hopefully it's not in an exertic state. You're not ripping and running to the point where, you know, your anxiety's high and your cortisol's high and you're just about to be frantic or something like that, because that definitely will have an extremely negative effect. But what I'm talking about is going to sleep at night. Everything settles. The planet settles. We've heard it for years in the woods. As the sun sets, all of a sudden you hear things creaking. I'm not talking about the crickets and stuff like that. I'm talking about the wood settling. If you have real wood still around you, you hear the wood settle. You know, everything settles and goes to sleep. We are absolutely that way, that circadian rhythm thing, you know. So you should go to sleep as well and get quality sleep. Rather it be from a baby crying or car alarms going off or indigestion. It better not be indigestion or too frequent visits to the restroom. You got to find a way to get steady sleep. You have to find a way. Set up some routine that allows you to get steady sleep, or be able to get naps here and there if your lifestyle provides that. Rest is so important because none of your healing, none of the shifts in your metabolism or anything takes place until you go to sleep. Need I say it again? Nothing happens in the body until you go to sleep. Nothing changes. When you go to sleep, that's when the hormone levels shift. That's when everything starts to happen. Your body starts to move into a different fat burning zone. Now it's going to burn fat because you're sleeping and you're not utilizing those muscles. But those muscles that you did utilize earlier that day, where they are now healing. And what are they using to heal? They're using the fat as energy, and they're using the nutrients from all the nutritious food that you consumed earlier that day and the day before. We'll get into consuming food the day before and what it does the day after, later. But right now, at this particular moment, we're going to stick with what we are focusing on. Your hormone levels shift up and down. Your body starts to heal and recover, and you now wake up refreshed. But if you do not, I repeat, if you do not get quality or enough sleep, that can impede your functions the morning after. That will definitely impede your functions in the gym later, giving you less productive workouts. And less productive workouts can lead to poor nutrition. And poor nutrition leads right back into the cycle that brought us into the gym or into this fitness program in the first place. So last but not least, it's most important that you do get adequate, sufficient rest. I didn't say anything about drinking water. We already know drinking water is important, and that's outside of anything else you do. We don't have to get into drinking water for anything fitness-wise, because if you don't drink water for life, you're killing yourself anyway. So before anybody says you didn't mention drink water, fine. Now, I got a plus one here, and I didn't mention a plus one, but it is a cannabis-related plus one. Nothing will kill your motivation like the wrong strain. A good indica will help you get a really good night's sleep, but a good indica will not allow you to have a good workout. So if you're the type of person that likes to consume and get on your grind, you want to make sure you get a good sativa or a good hybrid sativa, something with a little energetic, maybe some giggly. That's always a good feeling to experience when you're in the gym. It's real motivating, but you definitely do not want a relaxed. You don't want to aroused. You don't want a sleepy. Those definitely don't work in the workout setting. So control it. Don't let it control you. It is a medicine. This is Dosed. I'm Dom. See you all next week.